the next time that we get one.
We're all set?
Yes, sir.
You guys ready?
Yep, we're ready.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome to the January 20th, 26th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Okay, before we get started, I would like to welcome Ann and Arnold as our two new full-time members. And, okay, so tonight we have a new application before us, Willow Lake Partners Group. I'd like to ask them to come forward and speak on their project. I'm not going to read this because I believe some of this is going to change, so I'll let you guys take the floor and give us a little synopsis on what you're planning on doing.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. First and foremost, thank you for making it in today on the warmest day of the year. We really appreciate it. My name is Alex Freeman. I'm one of the principal partners at Willow Lake. Joined here today, I have our principal architect, Pat Lesborough, Josh Wood next to him, my other partner. I'm not going to get into the detail of the entirety of the project. Zach will walk you through that momentarily. But before we do, just get a bit more specific on the application that we're here for itself. Go ahead.
Thanks, Alex. Good evening, Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Zach Cam from Dynamic Engineering. On behalf of Willow Lake Partners Group, we are here seeking a number of area variances from your board. The project has since been in front of the planning board a number of times. Starting this past August, we've been there about 5 times, and we have started the seeker process with them. They've declared their intent for lead agency, and we are now in front of your board to discuss some area variances. Those variances, which will be included on a new application, are for the minimum front yard setback, the allowance of parking in the front yard, retaining wall height over 6 feet in height in a front yard, and steep slope disturbance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give just a little brief history of where the project was and what was there compared to what you guys are planning on doing now?
Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you not familiar with the site, Willow Lake has a very storied and long history. In the late 1800s, Henry Dubois Van Wyck built the Knickerbocker Lodge on that site. It was operated as an inn for about 30 years. In 1922, the property burned, and then it was rebuilt by Noah Slee and his wife, Margaret Sanger. The mansion that's on the property today was built by Noah Slee. For the last 100 years, it has largely remained private residence. There are some additional cabins on site that for the last 30 or 40 years have been rented out in a variety of capacities. The property has been home to many events over the decades, weddings, celebrations, a variety of different occasions. We're hoping to restore that grandeur of Willow Lake. It is a man-made body of water. It was dug out and flooded in the late 1890s from records that we've discovered. It's a gorgeous body of water. We regularly swim in it to date. We purchased the property about a year ago. Our plans for it include cabins, cabin-style retreat with 80 total units comprising of 36 buildings. An amenity space for weddings and celebrations and events in the back of the property, an amenity space for fitness, hiking, etc., and then some accessory buildings throughout the site to support the use. It's largely, of course, a commercial recreation application before the planning board. We're excited to give people an opportunity to really enjoy and experience what it is that we've put together. You'll see from the plans as we review them together that everything that we've proposed is largely in already disturbed areas that have been disturbed for the last 100 years, as far as we can see records back. There's very minimal clearing. That also goes into the positioning of the front yard request for parking that we'll be discussing. And we've really tried to maintain the best possible use of the site while minimizing the total overall impact. So it's a little bit about high-level history.
Anybody on the board have any questions for the gentleman?
There are 3 houses now on that property being rented?
Yes, so there's the main mansion residence, which we completed a full renovation on in June. There are 3 additional buildings that we have been renting for quite some time. If you're familiar with Peg and Richard Burney, they were longtime owners of the property for 25 years. they were doing the same thing for the last several decades as they were renting property. Yeah, so those 3 buildings comprise 5 rental units currently.
Ann, you have any questions?
Not yet.
Okay.
We asked-
Doug?
Not yet.
Arnold? No? Okay, at this point, David, I guess that as far as this application goes, this is going to be revised, and maybe we're looking to accept a verbal application from you guys tonight, so we can refer it to Dutchess County Planning and Fire Departments and so forth and so on.
That would be great, yes.
Yeah, so if you could just explain, the application came into the board seeking a number of variances, and I think it's either changed or interpretations have changed in terms of what's necessary. Do you want to let the board know what, the specific variances that you believe that you need at this point?
Yeah, so we're seeking less than what was submitted to the board after determination from the zoning administrator, but Zach will get into the specifics.
Yeah, on the previous application, there were a number of existing nonconformities that the zoning administrator has determined we don't need new variances for. So the 4 variances that we are seeking are related to the front yard setback for the front line and center line. That's for the building connection between the 2 existing structures. There's an existing house and an existing garage. They're being repurposed into the fitness center and the valet checkout building. That connection is located within the front yard. The next variance is to simply allow parking within the front yard. We have 4 valet parking lots that are located in the front of the property, and I can get into more detail on some of their locations and reasoning for that. Secondly, retaining wall height over 6 feet tall in the front yard, and the last variance is steep slope disturbance.
So it's 3, 4, 5, and 6 are still,
Exactly.
3, 4, 5, and 6, and then you're adding for the slope variance, correct?
I believe that was identified in the, it was not.
It wasn't the app, it wasn't.
On this here
Understood.
it wasn't, so
Yeah.
yes, okay.
Thank you.
So you can get that into Debbie by, say, Friday?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay. Okay, nobody else has any other questions? David, we take a
Yes.
motion to accept the application?
Yeah, so I think what you can do is, the application as submitted, you could accept it subject to an amendment so long as it gets in by Friday, right? And then you can also schedule for public hearing, and the vote will be to schedule for the public hearing on the variances that the applicant has verbally informed the board that they need, as opposed to those that are in the paperwork before you, which seems like it's all the same, minus 1 and 2, and plus what would have been number 7,
So
steep
it'll be
slopes.
3, 4, 5, and 6, plus
Yeah.
the slope variance.
And the dimensions for 3, 4, 5, and 6, the dimensions that you need are the same dimensions that we see in the current application.
They are, correct.
And then for the steep slopes, can you just give us just a quick verbal on what it is that you need so that the board can have an understanding of what it's voting to put it on for a public hearing, if they choose to do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So the town definition for steep slopes is over 20% of slopes for a horizontal distance of over 100 feet. We provided a steep slope plan, which I can bring up and show you. The site itself has about 50 acres of steep slopes. We are asking for a variance of 0.11 acres, and it's really just in the area of the proposed restaurant where there's some outdoor cabanas and a waterfall feature.
Okay, so that's a very low slope percentage then, correct?
Correct. 0.11 acres out of over 50.
Okay, so
Okay, yeah, so if the board understands that, and the board would be good with, accept,
good.
if everybody's good with that, you can take a vote to accept the application as verbally amended, and then schedule for a public hearing on
February 17th,
February 17th.
7 p.m.
You could do that, in separate
Together.
motions, or you could do it together. You could do
Yeah.
it all together in one motion.
okay. Anybody want to make a motion?
I'll make
for
a
that?
motion to accept them as verbally said. That would be 3 through this imaginary 7 right now, 3 through 7.
Correct.
And also
And I would say, subject to the submission of
By
a
Friday.
formal amendment by this
by
Friday,
this Friday.
and also to then schedule the public
And
hearing.
then schedule a public hearing for, I
February
guess, next
17th.
month.
Right.
February 12th, 17th, sorry.
February 17th.
Have a
So I make
second?
that motion.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
And a second by Arnold. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That motion's passed. Okay, what do we have next? Thank you, guys. I guess
That's all.
got your public hearing scheduled, and we'll see you next month,
Thank you so much.
as long as you get your application.
It'll be here.
Oh, they will.
Okay, I guess we really don't have anything else. I have one extra thing that I wanted to take care of tonight. Excuse me, just one second. I would like to have a motion to appoint Doug as co-chair of the ZBA. Can I get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
A second? Yeah, everybody in favor?
Aye.
All in favor? Welcome,
Thank you,
co-chair.
guys. Thank you.
And anything else? I guess we can, oh, you do.
That's why I said I didn't really have any.
Oh, yes, next month we're gonna go through the class.
Yeah, I was hoping.
With the new variances, yeah.
How are you, okay?
Okay.
All right,
had,
can we get a
shoulder replacement.
motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
There you go.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adjourn.
I had my shoulder replaced in November.
I told my wife I was going to be
Yes.
out for a while. It's gonna be a while.
Well, I thought so.